Virus continues to spread across the world. Nations and various institutions are putting in place measures aimed at stemming the spread of the virus. Some institutions of higher learning in the country have already suspended classes and sent their students home and cancelled scheduled graduation ceremonies. For more on what the Northwest University is planning in the fight against the spread of the virus, our reporter Tebogo Phakedi is now live online. Good morning, Tebogo. Can you tell us what the University of the Northwest is doing to prevent the spread of the coronavirus?
Thank you very much, Desiree. Good morning to you and, of course, to the viewers of the agenda. And yes, of course, we are in Northwest University. We are in Mahikeng campus, where the campus has closed down the institution, the classes rather, as we know that the spread of coronavirus, they are trying by all means to curb the spread of this pandemic. But to talk more about this, I'll be speaking to the Deputy Vice Chancellor of the university, that is Professor Boitumelo Setlalentwa. Thank you very much, Professor, for talking to us. If you can just explain to us the measures that the university has put in place. But rather, I have seen there's a sign from the representative of the SABC to say he is able to talk to us. If Theo can just come forward so that we can talk to him before he can speak, we can speak to the Vice Chancellor. Thank you very much. Theo, we understand that the classes are closed now, and as we look at coronavirus, the way it is shifting the day-to-day running of different institutions, and of course this includes the Northwest University. If you can just tell us the concerns as the students.
Oh, thank you very much. We took an early recess. Classes are not per se suspended as the call for coronavirus from the President of the Republic. As the university, we decided that we are taking an early recess to put proper measures in place to protect our students, and measures are in place to make sure that there are sanitizers across all the residences and at access control of all the university, including main gates, small gates, and where security guards are placed.
But then the emphasis is on the concerns of students, if there are any. We understand some of them have to go home, perhaps.
Yes, students had concerns that the university is not closing. But yesterday, the university management decided to take an early recess so that students that want to go home can go home, and the university can have proper measures in place to make sure that when they come back, everything is in good direction.
Thank you very much, Theo. That is Theo Sepamore, the president of the SABC of the Northwest University. I will just jump to Professor Setlalentwa, who is the Deputy Vice Chancellor of the Northwest University. Thank you very much again, Prof. If you can just talk about specific measures that are put in place. Theo mentioned, of course, the recess being an early recess. And what are other measures that the university has put in place?
Of course, yes, the university has tried hard to act for the students. As Theo has rightfully put, we closed, but we've also in the residences, in the offices, in the bathrooms put everything that would protect, and of course continuously sharing information. As you can see, even there at the door, there's something about coronavirus. We've also then advised staff not to travel, international travel in particular, but also even limit the domestic travel. Those who would have to travel, they will have to get permission from the supervisors. If they travel, then when they come back, they'll have to be quarantined for 14 days, irrespective of whether they are sick or not. So that the staff members would have to follow, because some of them are doing research, going to conferences, and we've advised that those that really you can cancel, go for that, and rather than risk going abroad and then coming back, because as you see, there are countries that have even closed borders. So we've said lecturers must take heed of that, and that is happening. We've also then said they must go home so that at least they are not in a campus where we've got a lot of students. Following the President's advice of the 100, we felt it is important that we also ask students to leave, although we didn't close the residences, but as a precautionary measure, we advise them to go home, because at home they'll be with a small group of people, unlike here. Even if they're in a single room, but they go to the restaurants, there are many, so, and because in the classes there are also many. So those are the things that we took care of.
Sorry, Prof. We understand that Mahikeng has an issue of accommodation, and if we look at different residents, we'll see that there are students who, some of them are outside the province, some of them reside even are international students. What are we going to do about the students? And if you be specific about the measures in races, we know some of them share bathrooms, kitchens, and so forth.
It is for that reason that we say those who are able to go should go, so that the few that can remain, we will spread them. One of the things we agreed on is that we'll look at the residents and identify and spread them so that they are not in one residence, a big number in one residence. That is one of the things that we have opted for, and that is the reason why we emphasize that those who are able to go home would really advise them to go home because of the reasons that you've highlighted, sharing bathrooms and all that. But the fewer students, it will really help us a lot.
There were allegations yesterday, Prof, that there is one student here in Mahikeng campus who went for testing for coronavirus. If you can just confirm to us if that is true or not, as it sparked some fears.
I'm not able to confirm that. I'm hearing that for the first time. I would have been the first person to know if it was on this campus. And in our other campuses, we have not really heard anything that confirms that. Even at Val or Poch, we have such cases. But here in Mahikeng, I would have known if there was such a case. There is no such a case.
Yeah. Let's speak about the graduations, Prof. What's going on regarding the graduations that were supposed to take place next month?
We will have to cancel the graduations because, as you know, with graduations, we have many people coming. So it's not safe. And of course, thinking of the 100, we have thousands coming, so it will not work. So to protect everyone, we thought it's best for us to cancel the graduation.
So I understand for those who were supposed to graduate in terms of their certificates and so forth, will the university be able to communicate with them regarding this matter?
Yes. No, they will be able to get their certificates so that we know that they use the certificates to get work, so they have to access that. So it will be something that they will be informed.
Thank you very much, Professor. That was Professor Boitumelo Setlalentwa, who is the Deputy Vice Chancellor of the Northwest University. And there she is, confirming that the university has closed down their classes. They went for early recess, explaining that for as much as they have international students here on this campus or the university as a whole, they will ensure that there is no close contact between these students. And of course, entailing that as much as there are researchers, as we understand, is an academic space who chances are they traveled abroad for research for their work purposes and so forth, they will also be quarantined, and emphasizing that the graduations will also be cancelled. And I can confirm to you, Desiree, that there's really a limited number of students coming in, and some of them, we've seen some of them really taking their bags and already going home. That is the stance of the Northwest University at the moment, being also one of the universities that have went for early recess as the country is facing this pandemic coronavirus. Back to you in studio, Desiree.
Thank you so much, reporter there, Tebogo Phakedi. You're watching The Agenda, and we're asking you that question today, what you make of the panic bulk buying that has been taking place all over the country. You've seen different reporters showing us from different shops how people are just going in and buying bulk in response to the president's message on Sunday. Let us know at theagenda_SABC, and we'll take a look at some of your thoughts when we come back from this break.